There's a parable from one of my favorite books. The title is The Power of a Humble Life.
Hi!
It's by Richard E. Simmons III.
Yeah!
The parable depicts two types of pride that are both toxic and deadly. I'm going to paraphrase this parable for you. This parable depicts two twin brothers. They were born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee, and it talks about these brothers that they were inseparable. They did everything together. They were successful athletes, successful in academics. They ended up going to college, and they went to medical school. They both became surgeons. They eventually moved back to their hometown. They lived just down the street from each other in the same subdivision. They were really close. They were married at this time. They had kids, and their families did vacations together. Well, eventually, a realtor calls up one of the twin brothers, and he says, "Hey, I have this choice, prime piece of property for you. It's 100 acres on the hill overlooking the community, and it's yours if you want it." Well, the one twin brother was really excited. He said, "Absolutely, let's buy it," and he bought that choice piece of property. And then he built this amazing house, his dream home, this mansion, 8,000 square feet, 10 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, swimming pool, a stable for his horses, and this huge deck. And each morning he'd go out onto his deck. He'd be sipping his cup of coffee, and he'd look over this community, and he would think, "I have the best property in this community." And he would gloat, and he had some pride rising up inside of his heart because he thought that, you know what, I deserve all this, and I'm better than the people in this community. At the same time, his twin brother would be down in the same subdivision that they used to live down the street from each other. He'd go out on his deck. He would look up at his brother's house, and he would think, "That pompous, arrogant brother of mine, how can he sit up there swimming in his wealth? How can he do that? Why can't he live a more modest life like me? Why can't he give more money to the church like I do, or give to my charity? Why can't his kids not be spoiled brats and live a more balanced life like me?" Now, both of these brothers, they had pride in their hearts. The first brother is what we all think of when we think of a prideful, egotistical man who has everything that money can buy so he can sit on top of his throne and swim in his wealth, kind of like Scrooge McDuck did. But the second brother, that's a tricky one. The second brother was also filled with this cancerous pride, and it destroyed, number one, his view of his brother and his relationship with his twin. He thought of himself better than his brother because he lived a modest life. He boasted in his heart about how he gave to the poor, and he bought a small house instead of that mansion. He was proud of the modest life that he lived, which made him better than his brother in his own mind. Yeah, he too was filled with pride, even though he tried to cloak it in humility.